Right, Juliet, as a healthcare professional then, perhaps you could help us to see your perspective on childhood obesity. What is the situation both here in the UK and perhaps locally?
From the Childhood Measurement Programme, which the government rolled out a number of years ago, every school nurse within the UK has to carry out this measurement programme, a child's height and weight. We then identify children that do have a weight problem, do present as being overweight or obese, and statistics are showing that year on year those children that are obese seem to be increasing. I believe the figures are in 1995 there was about 1 in 10 children of school age, sort of between 5 and 15, were overweight. In 2007 that went up to about 1 in 7 children were overweight, and I haven't got the most recent figures that have been calculated, but I believe it's still on the increase. Possibly 1 in 3, 1 in 4 children are recognised as being overweight and obese. So it seems like it's a trend that is increasing year on year, and the impact that that's having on healthcare, the cost of looking after these children and families are going to keep on rising, and I don't believe it's going to be sustainable.
Mm-hmm. So may I ask then, with the proverbial black hat that the difficulties have on, what difficulties does it present to you locally when children are obese? I mean, what kind of local issues do you have to deal with?
Well, we identify the children in school on just visually that we can see that they are obese, because calculating a person's BMI, their body mass index, isn't always representative of their size. A fit, healthy 6-foot rugby player may have a very high BMI, but they are not overweight. So we identify them visually, and then we also go back and calculate. If we think that they meet the criteria, that they are overweight and need some help, we refer them onto a local fitness and nutrition programme. But we have to get in touch with the parents, we write them a letter, we give them feedback from what we have found. And often we find those parents find it difficult to accept that their child has been identified with a problem, that they're obese. And they sometimes aren't aware at all, thought their child was fine. And sometimes find it that we're being rude, that we're being quite offensive, saying that we believe your child has a problem and we want to support you by doing something. So really it's trying to get everybody in the family on board with those issues, that everybody in the family should recognise that there's a problem, and we want to help and support all of them. We're not pointing fingers, we're not blaming anybody, we're just saying that we have identified the problem and we want to help.
But again, with the black hat on, could I just ask you finally about the individual children? I mean, what problems do they face? I mean, maybe not necessarily just physical, but in terms of their emotional situation when they are obese. I mean, are they singled out by other children? Do they find they can't join in certain activities?
Well, as we know, children say it as it is often. So, an example, if a child is doing PE and they're not able to climb the rope or run as fast or participate, then their peers are going to notice, and they may say cruel things, because children sometimes, adults have that etiquette that they don't say things. Children don't always have that, and they may point out that somebody is a bit larger. And just for the child, the impact that it's going to have on their social well-being. Possibly they're going to be not picked for the clubs, or not feel like they can go out to the discos, not wanting to join in social activities because of the stigma of being large. Going shopping on a weekend when you're a teenager with your friends, if you're shopping with your friends and they're very small and you're having to pick the big clothes off the peg, you might find that embarrassing. I think lots of different situations, from tiny little ones just running around playing up to adults, we can all find it difficult to be large.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for sharing that all with us.
Thank you.